All right, guys, well, it is Saturday, so of course that means the car is up in the air. You know, with as much as I have this thing on jack stands, you'd think I'd invest in like quick jacks or something. Anyway, that aside, couple of projects for today. So one of them was to figure out the source of this exhaust rattle. So I mentioned before, I was having a little bit of a rattle, only seemed to happen on cold start. I actually thought that it was one of the exhaust pipes going to the mid pipe rattling against the subframe connector. Turns out I was wrong. In fact, it's this. So this is the broken actuator valve spring that opens the valves for the right side here. So it's kind of interesting how it would only happen on cold start and would completely die down afterwards, but nonetheless, that piece appears to be broken. I think the valves are stuck in the open position, which I don't really have a complaint about, but I have an email into Remus to get that sorted out. I also have noticed a little bit of fading on the top of the exhaust tips here, these carbon fiber exhaust tips. So that is under warranty. I have an email into Extreme Powerhouse about us getting that sorted out, but we might be switching those out for a different kind. I don't know, man. We'll see how this all goes, but like I've said before, we might be just ripping this whole exhaust system out, so we'll see. And we also have, so this here, got the painted front markers on the inside. This top corner is just inset just a little bit. It seems the adhesive has not held. Now, I previously tried to fix this by removing the inner fender panel and applying some heat and pushing to sort of reseal the adhesive there, but that did not work. So I have some very, very thin double-sided tape. So we're gonna take this out and try to clean up that corner and maybe just redo the adhesive, maybe over the whole thing, and then get a flush mount. It's so minor, but it just irritates me. And then one more thing. So, as you've probably heard me complain before, if you've listened to any of the previous Talk and Drive videos, I have been having some reoccurring problems with the sound of debris, maybe pebbles or something, between the dust shield and the rotor. It's a terrible, terrible scratching sound. So, in order to check that though, the wheel has to come off, the caliper has to come off, rotor has to come off, and then we can kind of see what's going on. You probably could just get away with like air compressor or something and spraying back here just to see if it loosens anything up. But I did read somebody say that while they also thought it was debris, it turns out that they had like a loose rivet that was occasionally making that sound. So I might have that problem as well, although right after I got the car and I had the rear tires replaced, I did have the dealership tell me that they did find a whole bunch of debris back there that they cleaned out. So it could just be that again, that was about 2 years ago. So it could be that, or it could be a loose rivet. So we're gonna take this off and see what's doing. So anyway, a couple of fun Saturday projects. Also, so I've been experimenting with removing the lids on my AWE intakes here, just to get I don't know, man. I think I'm going through a little bit of a JDM phase here, but I love that induction sound. You can totally hear it when the windows are down with the lids on, but you know, it's not as loud as I'd like it to be over time. I've had enough time with this system. I did a video on it a while ago, and it's a great intake, but I want it to be louder. So I was, out of curiosity, I was like, hey, I wonder what happens if you take the lids off and how much better of a sound does it get? It gets way better. So even if in the car, if you have the windows up, you can really hear it. It's kind of on par with Nardo has the Venturi intakes, and you get that just crazy loud induction sound when you rev it. Kind of getting close to that with the lids off on this. So it's got me rethinking the intake. Not really sure. We may have to, I don't know. I don't want to take it out because I think it looks great, but you can't leave it like this because that's just not really attractive. So I don't know, maybe leave it off for regular driving, put the lids on for shows, but it's kind of a pain because you have to remove the strut brace and do all that nonsense. So it's kind of got me rethinking the whole intake thing. You know, I don't really want to go MST. I think MST is a great system, and I've heard that, you know, people think that that sounds fantastic, but the carbon fiber on the AWE is beautiful. And, you know, the MST just kind of has like a black solid finish, and it looks, you know, pretty close to the engine cover, which that's getting replaced pretty soon. But I just, you know, I love the look of the AWE, but I like the sound of something more like an MST. So not really sure where to go with this, but that's also sort of under consideration. P.S. I can't wait till the engine bay stuff is done because it is gonna look so good. All right guys, so just wanted to do a quick walk around, kind of show you what's doing for the car for today, but some new videos coming up. So we have Engine Bay Redemption Part 1 for Yaz, which I'm really looking forward to. And then we have a new part going into Nardo pretty soon. So subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.